Now, if you've been following the Airflow 2 end of life conversation, you're already aware that the deadline is at the end of April, which is only a matter of weeks away. Now, I know a lot of you are already thinking, do we migrate away into something else? But isn't there going to be a lot of hassle around migrating to a different tool? Well, not necessarily. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can begin a migration from Airflow into Kestra using our brand new migration agent skill. This takes away the hassle of having to figure out how to convert the syntax and then be able to get started with a mini demo to validate that Kestra is the right choice for you. Now, if you are curious around whether you should upgrade to Airflow 3 or migrate to a different tool, we've done a dedicated video on that too, which you can check out here. Now, here is an Airflow DAG that I have. It is a dummy JSON one. If you joined for the webinar we did recently, this is the same demo we did there, where this Airflow DAG has a bunch of different Python scripts that it's running, and it's going to pass data between them. Now, the key thing here about this Airflow DAG is a lot of that business logic, the bit Python you could say, is inside of the orchestration logic. So it's going to be a little bit difficult or a bit time consuming for us to be able to separate the two so that we can add this into a platform like Kestra. Now, this is where our brand new agent skill can help you migrate from Airflow into Kestra. We've got a repository here on GitHub called Migration Skills, where you can easily install this into your coding agents, such as Claude Code or Codex, and you can then trigger it. Now, let's have a little walkthrough of what's actually happening here so you can feel confident that it's not about to go and hallucinate. Now, what it's going to do is it's going to translate some task decorated functions and operators into Kestra tasks. Now, it's going to understand what's going on and map the dependencies. And then it's going to fetch a Kestra schema so it knows what Kestra is looking for in regards to the flow structure. Then it's going to take some of that Python logic, which is what we would call business logic, and put those into their own dedicated files. We're going to then save these as namespace files inside of Kestra, which are separate from the workflow. Now we've done this, we can begin generating the flow itself. Here we're explaining how it should format the flow. We're also explaining how it should use Python inside of Kestra and how it can access those namespace files with the Python code. And at the end, it's going to pass data between using dedicated output files. So we can easily output a file and put it into the next Python script. Also going to talk about how we can use parallelism here to mirror that Airflow fan out and fan in model. So we can get very similar to what we had before. And then at the end here, we've got a schedule trigger as well, just so that we can then have this run on a routine like we did in Airflow. It will also add any tags as labels, any description and so on, so that they should match one for one. And then we've got a skeleton here of what a flow should look like, so it's got some context. And then my favorite bit at the end is using a different skill that we have called Kestra Ops. It can then use the new kestractl command line interface to be able to deploy these flows directly to a Kestra instance. So I've already got kestractl set up, connected to my Kestra instance. So this means that it'll be able to just deploy those namespace files as well as the flow straight to Kestra. Now, if we have a look at the Kestra instance here, we can see that I've got no flows here. It's completely empty. I've got only 2 namespaces and they currently don't have anything in them either. So I think now we can go to Claude Code and we can ask it to migrate our DAG, which is under DAGs/ingest pipeline. And then we can tell it to output it to Kestra, output to the Kestra directory, and also deploy it to Kestra using the skill, which I have pre-installed. So I'm going to run this with Opus 4.6, and we will be able to see it get started. So we'll give this a minute now to begin that migration, and then we can check it out in a second. So it's now created our file. So we can see under Kestra, it's created all of those scripts. We can see it's got all the Python code correctly added out of that Airflow DAG. Now it's going to start building the flow. So we'll be able to see it, then form that and access those namespace files. Now it's deploying it using kestractl. We can also see that that flow is now here. We can see the flow looks good. So now we can just wait for it to deploy it over to Kestra, and then we can actually run it. So if I refresh the page inside of Kestra, we now have a new flow in the analytics.product namespace, which is new, so we can see that that's here. If I go to namespace files, we'll see that it's added all the namespace files with the appropriate code, so we can see all of them here as well. So now I think it's time for us to execute this workflow and see it run in action. As we can see, it only took Claude a matter of minutes to be able to migrate that DAG into a Kestra flow. So let's click execute and see this happen in action. So here in Kestra, we can see the Gantt view. We can see that it's running those Python scripts as expected. We can also go over to logs and the topology view where we can see it all running in parallel as well. Now, if we go to outputs for the bits that have run, we can see those files it's generating like the skill said it would. And it can then pass that data to the next task. So we can see that it's been able to successfully fetch the data at the start and then pass it to the compute analytics parallel block here. And as you can see now, everything has successfully run. That was very effortless. The Claude Skill was able to generate all of the Kestra flows and namespace files, which I am a big fan of. And so as we can see from this, it has done a nice job of separating that business logic from the orchestration logic. We can see that we've got all the Python scripts here on the left-hand side, and they are not tied to Kestra in any way. You could run these locally. They just require these input values, which we can see if I scroll down. We're passing in using an expression to be able to pass these in dynamically. And then at the end, we're just asking for an output file so we can then pass that on to tasks later on. The other thing that's worth noting is this is just like running it locally. We're just using a basic Python command to run this Python script, but if you're using other things like UV or Poetry to be able to build your Python projects, you can put the same commands that you're currently using in your local environment inside of your workflow. So you've got the best of both worlds. So hopefully that's given you some confidence around migrating from Airflow into Kestra by the use of our new migration skill. There'll be a link for it in the description below, so give it a go and let me know what you think of it. And if you're curious to learn a little bit more about the Airflow 2 migration, we did both a dedicated video, which you can find here, but we also did a recent webinar, which you can find in the description below.